I always want to get a Pontiac Trans Am, the Smoking the Bandits car.
Oh, there you go.
It's still on my list. They were like 20 grand 4 years ago. Now they're like 65. I'm like, this inflation
Everything's so
is
expensive.
killing me,
No, it's
man.
insane. I went and bought eggs last night, and I was like, what the? They were $9. $9 eggs? I was like, what is this? And I eat like 12 eggs a day. So I was like,
the same way,
what the heck is going on? I mean, I know for a fact that they were $3.48 4 years ago. I know for a fact.
And again, nobody cares about that. They just want to vote for somebody. I mean, I'm not going to get into politics, but I mean,
we can get into whatever.
Stupidity of people.
No, it's insane. Oh. It's just, for me, it's like, you just have to, there's certain things you have to ask yourself, are you okay with? Mm-hmm. And it should not have to do with anything about a person. No, it should be about policy,
or a race, or a color,
or
sex,
anything,
or sexuality. You know? It's just like, who's the best for me? You
exactly.
know what I mean? Like,
what's the best for your business? What's the best for your family? What's the best for you?
And that, it's just funny because most of my patients, because I live on the beach and I work on the beach, and they're all Democratic, and they hated Kamala Harris, hated her, and now they're just like,
it's the biggest gaslit thing I've ever seen in my life, because even Democrats hated Kamala. Like, hated her.
Worst vice president ever in history.
And when she ran, I don't know if you remember this, but when Tulsi Gabbard just crushed her in the debate, and then she got 0 votes. Not 1 vote, 0. How do you get 0 votes? Like,
that's how good she is.
You know what I mean? Like, it's wild.
And then they just placed Tulsi Gabbard on the watch list. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on, man? Like,
well, we know exactly what really irritates me the most is that it's very obvious that they tried to kill him. Like, kill him. Insane. And we're just not gonna act like that. That didn't happen.
Nobody cares anymore. And you saw his plane yesterday, just had an emergency landing.
Another emergency. And I mean, there's a lot of rumors out there that they're literally gonna try to blow him up next. Like,
that's the only thing they can do. You know,
it's just wild. And like you said, we're one shot away from World War III.
Dude,
Iran is already
millimeters away from World War III. Yeah. And again, I'll be a general. I'm in. You know what I mean? Like, I think I got Miami Beach Conquer. I got enough ammo in my house, so I'm good to go.
Well, during COVID, I mean, I had about 12 military guys. We were ready. Like, we were ready, because if they would have
add me that list, please.
Because so I was on all the like Zoom calls with all the people like shutting us down and stuff. And I was like demanding that. I was like, look, we're not doing this anymore. And it was, March 17th, they shut us down. It was June 8th was this Zoom call. And I'll never forget, other gym owners were texting me like, you can't talk to the mayor like that. And I was like, why the fuck? I'm a grown ass man trying to take care of my family.
He's
taking 12 years of my life away. Oh, yes, I am going to talk about it. And sure enough, they opened us back up. But I said like right then and there, if they don't open us up, I'm opening. And I'm going to have people out in front of my gym with shotguns.
Come and get me.
Come get us.
The biggest thing is people don't realize, the cops are just doing their job. So are the SS soldiers.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, they're told to do it. If you can't find common decency, be like, this is wrong.
You see the guy in New Jersey that stayed open the whole time?
The beard, long beard. Ian, whatever his name is. Smith or something?
Ian Smith, he got exonerated with everything.
Dude, they were finding the shit out of him.
All charges dropped. He won.
Good for him.
It was great.
Good for him.
It was unbelievable. Yeah. And I loved his stance on it too.
Luckily enough, because I was a medical clinic, even though it wasn't essential, I stayed open the entire time.
Yeah.
I mean, we had party. It was great. You know what I mean? Like, COVID, as sad as it is, made my business go through the roof, because now people were scared into their health, which is sad. It had to get to that point. You know, even though, again, I could go on an hour about what COVID is, which is nonsense. But just to see how people reacted to it.
Flu disappeared. There was no flu.
Exactly. I mean, like, COVID cured half of heart disease and half of cancers. I mean, nobody was dying from that. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, and then the people there's not one person who regrets not getting the shot. And then the people who sat there and castrated family members and friends.
I still to this day think that like we're like pure bloods, like we're gonna for sure, like in another 4 or 5 years, we're gonna
drop dead.
We're gonna be like,
I knew it,
walking the planet. Like, I still think there's something about that.
No, like, I couldn't agree more on that one.
It's crazy.
Oh my God,
it's sad, really. And actually, it was interesting during that time because that's when my son was born. So it was very weird, dynamic, because it was like my son was born February 7th.
Which 2022 or
2020?
Oh, 2020. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So Jesus. And then So it was like imagine the best moment of your life, and then also the worst moment, like all happening the same. But there was such a peace during that time also. It was very strange for me.
Yeah, that's a weird time to be alive.
Yeah.
My God.
It was wild.
My God. It was funny. I was actually in Ecuador, the Galapagos. I was flying back March 12th. It was an overnight flight.
Okay.
And I had snuck a rock in my bag. I'm not gonna lie. I was transporting illegal booty from the Galapagos, and I had first class. I'm ready to get back. I'm watching the TV, and Trump's like, "We're shutting down or Europe." I'm like, I do not want to get stuck in fucking Ecuador. I'll tell you that right now. Right. Galapagos all day. I'm already in Ecuador. I'm not getting out. So I was like, good. We're boarding. We're going. Ivan Rusilko, will you please report? I'm just like, fuck. They're like, you have to go down to the tarmac. They found something in your bag. I'm like,
oh hell no.
Rock. So I'm like, you guys are about to board. They're like, you better run. I'm like, I made that flight by maybe 10 seconds.
Oh wow.
I swear to God, to get back. The second we landed, because it was an overnight flight, shuts it down.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I got lucky on that.
Hell
one,
yeah.
Man. I don't know if I'd still be here, man. If I had to be stuck in Ecuador, I'd probably
seriously. Did they confiscate the?
Of course they did. The thing is, I had 2 bags. They didn't find the other one. So I always bring something back. I could say it now because I don't think I'm ever going to Ecuador again.
Right.
So I'm good.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah.
And wait, what was the other place?
The Galapagos.
The islands?
Yeah, the islands, man. Oh, what a trip that was.
Yeah.
Oh my God, was it fantastic. It's the most, this year, so I turned 40 and I took my brother to Antarctica. Phenomenal.
Oh wow.
What a experience. The world is like, we're slow. I am slowly learning. We don't know anything about the world. 100 years ago, it could be anything. It could be done. We don't fucking know. I mean, look at the fake news now. Back then,
they've been lying to us.
It.
Well, the whole, is it called MK Ultra?
MK Ultra.
I mean, it's been going on forever. Actually, what's interesting, my dad and my mom, they've read a couple of books lately, and they got really depressed and sad. They're like, everything that we've believed our whole lives is bullshit.
Nonsense.
Nonsense.
It's sad too. Imagine how cool shit is in this world. They're not telling us.
Yeah.
And it was. There's a book I think you would like. It's called Homo Deus.
Homo Deus?
Homo Deus. So we're Homo sapiens, right?
Yes.
So back in the day, you have Cro-Magnon man, and that's split into Neanderthals and into Homo sapiens, right? So us Homo sapiens tolerated the Neanderthals for a minute until they became bothersome. They were taking our food. So what do?
Kill them. Right.
Genocide.
Right.
Right? So now we have this. We're at that same junction right now. Us in this room who take care of ourselves, who did this, are much different than somebody who's in Panama or whatever it is, who just doesn't give a shit. You know what I mean? So you're seeing that divergent. That's why, we need free healthcare. No, you don't.
All right.
Free healthcare is not doing what you're doing right now. Be smart about it. You know what I mean? So it's getting to the point where now we're tolerating. Everything is, we need to help the poor. We need to help the poor. We need to help the poor. Yes, there are poor people, I think, that need help. The majority don't. They just choose not to. That's why welfare is such a diabolically horrible program here, because you just enable them. So it's the question is, when do we get to that point to where all this freeloading aspect going on gets to the point where we're like, guys, we're done. We're done. Yeah, you're done. You know what I mean? It's very fascinating the way it goes. You have the neural links and all other stuff that they're getting into, which is, I don't know. It's exciting, but if somebody good doing it was awesome, it's gonna inevitably be horrible. You know what I mean? Like, because humans at heart are.
I mean, even Elon admits that it's crazy. He even admits it. So,
for sure. I mean,
especially in the wrong hands.
AI, that shit is
AI
terrifying.
is crazy.
It's terrifying.
It's terrifying. Terrifying.
Hey man, it's a world.
We did like an animation with my dog. We call it the Water Dog, and we did it with a company called Digital Domain.
I saw that on your website. Yeah, it was beautiful actually.
We did it with a company that did the Titanic, that did Barbie movie, that did Wakanda, like the whole name. Okay. So I got to tour Digital Domain in trailer parks, their whole studios and stuff, and they were showing us the deep fake and like the new technology. You cannot tell the difference.
You can tell the difference, man. It's scary, right?
So imagine they could put like Vladimir Putin saying that he's going to blow us up or something.
People need.
They could put Trump up there saying whatever they want to say. And you cannot tell the difference. The new ones, the old ones, you can tell the difference. But they showed us a bunch of things they created with dead, like people that were dead, but they created like new footage of them, craziness. And they were like saying. Like today's stuff, it was wild. It was wild, and it was really cool smarter. And also super scary,
terrifying,
terrifying.
Yeah, I mean those people in South.
When I got done, I was like, I don't know if I'm horrified or excited about this.
That's what I'm saying. Is like I think we get like 2 more good years of AI before it's just like, yes, master, what do you want from us? You know what I mean? Like
when you see the dancing robots.
Dude, I believe one of my things, stripping robots. They have literally pole dancing robots. I mean, that's an AI I'm okay with. Yeah. But I mean, like, what the fuck, man?
No,
who's like, crazy. Okay, we could save world hunger or stripper robots. Okay, stripper robots.
And I love that. What's the name of your supplement company again?
Experiential health.
Yeah. So one of the things that I've said recently is I believe that experience will be the new luxury.
Exactly.
So I truly believe that like badass gyms, badass concerts, badass restaurant, like experiences will be the new luxury because everything will be talking to this.
Doctors, lawyers, they're all going away.
All that because we're only deal with robots. Yep. But then the things that we can actually do physically will become the new luxury of life.
It's funny because this company that I created, Balls Deep Living, it's about taking medicine into the field.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's all about sitting there being like, yo, we're going to experience life now. Boom. Take them out, and it's all ketamine based. So we'll take
and get them the hell out of hospitals and laying around and doing that. Get them in the sun and so.
Yeah, no, it's the next, I think, year is going to be the most unique year in human
My
history.
belief is, because I have a lot of peace about it, is that, everybody keeps talking about the Great Reset and the deep state and all this stuff. But I truly believe we're stepping into a great awakening. So I actually believe that we're not out of the woods yet in terms of all the chaos that's going to happen. But then this coming year is going to be literally where everyone's figures out what all the bullshit is.
I'm on the same page.
Because I'm starting, like, 2020 started it where we all went down the rabbit hole. And like, I remember I read probably the entire CDC website. Like I was in my office. My wife would bring like bottles of wine in there and I would just drink wine and read.
No, that's awesome.
And like I read the entire study on mask.
Okay.
And the fact that there's a study in there from 1918 to 2017 showing that they don't work, like on the CDC website. And so I was I was the guy that was running around everywhere with no mask, and everybody's like, shaming me and stuff. And I'm like, I read the website. Exactly. I had the data. So don't tell me about what's,
the best thing is the cloth mask. Again, me and you do the same thing. I know everything about vaccines. I never studied. I can tell you viral vector, live attenuated, dead, mRNA, everything about it.
I felt at the time I felt responsible because I was like, I just had a newborn baby. I had over 2,000 members and they shut my business down. So I was like, I need to know what I'm talking about.
True.
Because I can't be like one of these guys that are like,
I'm the same
I wanted to be educated on it. And so that's why I did it. And then I felt confident because, to your point, if you prepare, then you're confident.
You need to know both sides of an argument.
Yeah, exactly.
And the thing is, like, you sit there and say, okay, COVID's a virus. What kind of virus? What do you mean? I would ask doctors this. Right. What do you mean, what kind of virus? What kind of virus is COVID? Yeah. Well, I don't know. Is it a DNA or RNA? That's the entire difference. You know what I mean? Right. Like, it's an RNA virus. Okay, I'll give you that. Is it naked or is it enveloped? What are you talking about? You just sat there and told me that I need to do A, B, C, D because of COVID. You don't even know what fucking COVID is.
Right.
It's an enveloped RNA virus. Envelope means if you cough. So basically what that means, a naked virus is dangerous. I can cough and it sits there. An envelope one has the biological material around it. So if you cough, heat, dryness, anything is going to kill it immediately. So the aspect is coughing and all that kind of bullshit. Yeah, good luck. If it's a naked virus, worry. COVID wasn't. It was influenza. Exactly,
it was flu,
influenza.
really.
And then the mask. So COVID was 9 Daltons, I believe, in size. The mask fibers are 30.
Yeah. I saw all that data,
It's like, what the fuck?
And then also too, I had a bunch of surgeon friends, and all my surgeon friends said that when you, and here's my other thing. So here's common sense. All right. This is what I thought about the mask, is that if masks work, then before COVID, every single time you go to the emergency room, as soon as you walk in the door, you should put on a mask.
Exactly.
If they were, they were really working.
For sure.
And then I talked to a couple of surgeons, and my surgeon said that they don't wear a mask to protect the patient. They just wear a mask only for splashing. Yep. That's it. Yeah. That's the only reason.
And the best part about that is when you take a look at what masks do, especially the N95 masks. COVID was what? A respiratory disease, right? What are you doing now?
You can't even breathe.
You're doing nothing but recycling carbon dioxide in your system. And if you have COVID, even worse.
You're killing yourself.
It's like putting a banana in the tailpipe. Yep. It's not going to be good for a car. Why do you think
we saw how many people that are killing with the ventilators too?
Dude, positive pressure. They
literally killing them.
So this is the best part for this. So trust me, I really brush up. And the best part is I go through on now ChatGPT just to so it's beautifully written out.
Yeah.
If you take a look at when they banned, the biggest part was elective surgeries. Nobody, who gives a shit? Elective surgeries constitute 48% of an average of a hospital's revenue. So now all of a sudden they came in March, I believe it was 27th, don't quote me on that one, and said, no more elective surgeries. But
I remember that too.
we do have the CARES Act, which incentivizes 20% above if you can diagnose a patient with COVID. What does a hospital do? We need to make up that 48%. Oh, you came with bellyache? COVID.
COVID, right.
So the way they diagnose COVID, there's three ways. A positive test at the state and local level, a positive test at the local level, or the third way, which all are the same, symptomatic. What are the symptoms of COVID? Headache, drowsiness, whatever it could be.
Dehydrated.
Like, come in, and the best part is, if you take a look at the spike of when elective surgeries took place, COVID cases went like this. The second elective surgeries came back, fell. It's a perfect fucking graph.
Yeah.
Biggest scam in history.
Well, it was always like follow the money too.
For sure.
And
CARES Act, again, I mean, there's a lot of good Trumps.
There was this one woman on YouTube that broke down the money thing. I was like, you gotta be kidding.
And again, people just forget about it. We're on to, Taylor Swift. You know what I mean?
What's crazy to me though is like, I still have freaking employees, saying, "Oh, I went and got tested. I have COVID." Like, we're still playing that game.
Oh, fuck that!
Like, come on now.
No way.
Like, first of all, if you're still testing for this stuff, you've already
and the sensitivity of tests.
It's
crazy.
You
can dial the sensitivity up or down.
They can make it anything they want. And at the end of the day, if you have flu, you're going to test positive.
Exactly.
Like, it's the same
no matter
thing.
what. They tested. It was in Australia. They tested COVID in a Coca-Cola can.
Yeah. Well, what was the other country they tested like? Turnips or something that was testing.
Came back COVID.
Yeah,
like,
it was wild.
It's like an inanimate object. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? But people ate it up like sugar.
Well, that's what's frustrating is that when people don't read.
No.
Like, all you have to do is read.
It's so common sense. You know what I mean? And like, I lost a lot of faith in humanity. But by the end of it, people be like, "What are your thoughts?" I said, "If you want to get it, get 4. Better off without you." And again, I'm saying that's a very harsh thing to say, but like, if you want to consistently say you need a vaccine, then go get 20. I'm done trying to help. I'm done. I got kicked off of. I got banned from YouTube. I got banned from Facebook. All those things. And like because I used to do podcasts. You know Brett Romberg or no?
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, UM. He was the UM center for the good years.
All right.
So me and him did this awesome podcast. Yeah. All right. And we just, he's like me. We just started going into COVID, took my shit down, banned me. Oh. And now if you go back and actually look at that,
y'all are right about
every single thing from COVID vaccines to mRNA to the cardiomyopathy and everything.
Yep.
Well, I'm sorry, myocarditis.
Yeah.
It was just insanely sad how people just ate it up like it was nothing. Okay, fine. And then they forgot about it. Oh yeah, I told you can't see your granddaughter. Oh, but now you can go see her. Fuck off.
No, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Diabolical.
Literally, the plandemic.
Yeah, pandemic.
It's wild. That's wild. Oh man, we could go on forever.
I
love this.
A lot of rabbit holes.
Yes.